Hello, my name is Ange, otherwise known as Punky Geek, and it's that video that was inevitable, but nobody wanted. It's a time to talk, and it is time to talk the situation in Birmingham. For those of you who don't know, lucky you, there's been a number of schools, primary schools, that have faced a number of protests from predominantly Muslims, but you know, other religions have jumped in as well, about a program called No Outsiders. This program is literally there to teach primary school children in a way that Ofsted has already said was age appropriate and was absolutely fine. That some people may have two mummies and some people may have two daddies, and all families are different, and that's okay. What's the problem with this, you may be thinking? Well, from what I've been able to ascertain through Google, since I don't know anybody in Birmingham or have the means to get to Birmingham, Muslims in the majority have been a bit unhappy about this because it goes against their teachings in Islam. Again, not Muslims, so from what I've been able to ascertain, Islam tends to fall on the side that homosexuality is a sin. Some countries will still kill you if you're deemed to be homosexual. For example, ISIL would, if you were found to be homosexual, throw you off a tall building and then stone you if you survived. Other countries will still arrest you, and you know, it's just generally horrible if you're a Muslim in them countries. This is not all Muslims, I must point out. Some are now getting with the program, to use that horrible term, and 40% of Muslim Americans, for example, think that homosexuality is alright. Turkey has gay pride events, so it's not all Muslim countries, and some Western scholars in Islam are now starting to come to the belief that, you know, homosexuality, while still a sin, as long as they repent, they shouldn't be punished. Some are also beginning to say, actually, maybe Quran didn't quite mean that. It just depends on where you are in the world. But this is going to be a bit of a problem, especially if you're in Birmingham at the moment. There is reports that the protesters have gotten so sort of bad, not the protesters but the protests, that teachers are not sleeping, they've lost weight, they've been ill, and a lot of schools have actually just pulled the programme. My thoughts on this, you know, okay, I'm going to come across as a bit Islamophobic right now, and maybe I am in regards to this, but as an LGBT person and as a British person, especially since this is a thing that is going to be taught in all primary schools from 2020, Islamic people and Muslim people who follow Islam, you have a choice to make, I guess. If you say that you follow British values and you want to acclimatise and sort of adapt to British values, you are either going to have to accept that this is going to be taught in schools, or you're going to have to accept that your religion is right. There's just, at the moment, I can't see how the two can gel together. but again, that might be just down to my open prejudice and misunderstanding of both the programme and Islam. Especially since there seems to be different branches of Islam, who some are more accepting than others as well. Just like some branches of Islam will let girls have their hair uncovered, and some will insist that they have to wear the head covers. Man, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Especially since the programme was developed by a gay teacher, and the parents have been protesting that teacher as well. Now, the teacher, Mr. Moffat, is not only recognised within the UK as being an all-round brilliant teacher, but he has won awards on an international level. That sort of suggests that the teacher knows what he's doing, and the fact that he's gay shouldn't really have anything to do with it. But they've been protesting the teacher because he's... I mean, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You are either going to keep your child in British schools and accept that as part of the curriculum, or you have the option of homeschooling. But at some point your child is going to learn about LGBT rights. I don't care if that is through reading a book, which is what the programme uses. Books. You know? Age appropriate books. Oh, we're going back to the time where book burning is now becoming a thing, and book banning, because I would really hate to live in that time and would be doing everything in my power to stop that, or through the TV or through the culture in general. As long as the programme has been delivered in an age appropriate way, which again Ofsted have already said that it was, and that they didn't have a problem, and since Ofsted is like the inspector of schools and is like God when it comes to that, then I don't see the problem there. It is not, given the mechanics of how homosexuality works, it is literally just, some people have two mummies, some people have two daddies, some people have a mummy and a daddy, some people will have just a mummy, some people will have just a daddy. It's done in an age appropriate way. So, excuse me, so if you have a problem with that, then you need to look deep within yourself, especially within religious communities, and really, are you really following British values? Because as a society, Britain has accepted LGBT people, I mean less of the T but more of the L, G and B, but that's a whole different subject. And like Section 28 has been abolished a while now, and you know, for the protesters to force schools to pull this programme when it is something that is going to be happening next year regardless, that just seems really, really, really silly. If you're at a point where you cannot explain to your child, if they're asking a question about why is that person got two mummies, or why is that person got two daddies, or if your child is coming home confused about homosexuality, that is your job as a parent to explain. If you have a problem with that, but you also have a problem with schools explaining, maybe you're not ready to become a parent. Yeah, went over. I probably upset a lot of people with this video. I couldn't really give a shit. Couldn't really give a damn even. But yeah, I just wanted to give my 2 thoughts on it. If you're protesting primary schools to the point where the staff are so stressed that they're losing weight, you know, becoming ill, losing sleep, you need to look at yourself. Deep, dark, harsh look at yourself. If British schools are teaching something that goes against your religion, again, that is a choice that you need to make, as an individual about where your priorities really lie. As a multicultural society, yes, you can have your religion at home and that's fine, but if you're sending your kids to British schools and you're not happy with the curriculum, there is more appropriate ways of expressing that rather than protesting outside of a primary school. You are probably damaging your child more by doing that than the curriculum is. Anyhow, I've been Ange, and I will see you next time. Bye.